One of the most powerful principles of reality, with the potential to utterly transform our lives, is the mirror principle. This transformative process doesn't necessitate a specific technique or strategy requiring action. Instead, it centers around the person you aspire to be. For instance, if your goal is to become a millionaire, the essential truth is that you must internalize the millionaire mindset before it manifests externally. Without this internal transformation, you might find yourself shifting from one endeavor to another, erroneously believing the issue lies with external factors. Thus, the primary lesson of this principle is clear: without internal change, external circumstances won't follow suit. This forms the core essence of the mirror principle. Mastery of this principle can turn everything you touch into gold. However, achieving this requires facing your personal demons and confronting your own reflection, a process that may involve uncomfortable self-realizations. If you're truly prepared for substantial change, this video is for you. Within it, I will also introduce a pivotal exercise that remains a part of my routine to this day. Today, we'll delve into this principle and explore how it can genuinely revolutionize your life. Reality acts as a mirror reflecting your relationship with yourself and the external world, the world of reality itself. Your inner world mirrors your outer world. What does this mean? Let's revisit the millionaire example. If your mindset regarding money is one of incapability and inadequacy, the mirror of reality will echo this sentiment. Life will present more situations validating your belief, reinforcing the idea that you're incapable of making money. It's vital to internalize this crucial point: the external world is a mirror reflection shaped by the internal image, essentially emphasizing that our outer world mirrors our inner world. Observing the world around us, it becomes evident that many are increasingly engrossed in the external frenzy, technology, social media, and the daily hustle. Amidst this, many have severed the connection with their inner wisdom, the essence they once mastered. Now, let's explore the 4 keys that empower you to mold reality in accordance with your desires. When studying concepts like the law of attraction, a recurring theme is the idea that reality acts as a mirror, and our aim is to influence or manipulate that mirror. The foundational key of the mirror principle is recognizing that the mirror of reality reflects 2 primary aspects: your relationship with yourself and your relationship with the external world. Essentially, what you perceive in the mirror is a projection of your self-image and your worldview. If you view yourself with doubt, thinking you're not good enough, the mirror will faithfully reflect that belief. I'm not good enough, I can't achieve this because of my perceived inadequacy, and the mirror responds, reinforcing the belief with, you're not good enough. Here's more evidence of your inadequacy. The reflection echoes the messages you send to the mirror of reality, functioning like a loyal friend validating your beliefs. Rather than attempting to directly manipulate the reflected image, the focus should be on transforming the image you project in front of the mirror. It's akin to influencing someone indirectly. Instructing someone directly with a don't do that may lead to the forbidden action, while motivating and inspiring with persuasive reasons can garner more receptiveness. The goal is to influence the world indirectly. The mirror of reality magnifies what you affirm. It consistently mirrors your beliefs about yourself, your identity, and your view of the world. This is a crucial key to understanding. The question now arises: how can we change this? How can we interrupt this pattern and consciously choose what we want? The solution lies in creating your own identity and worldview, your paradigm. To illustrate, clarify your long-term aspirations. Envision an everyday activity in 10 years that defines your continuous journey of discovery. Ask yourself, who am I being now? Identify the characteristics and traits you possess when accomplishing these things. Consider your worldview. How do you perceive the world in your envisioned future? It's crucial to recognize that while you may not achieve it immediately, progress takes time, practice, and patience. Respect your time, but don't let fears hinder you from reaching extraordinary heights. Take a moment for this exercise. It possesses the potential to revolutionize your life. Now, let's proceed to key number 2. Understand that the reflection in our material world has a certain delay. Why? In our inner world, we can instantly create an image by closing our eyes and visualizing our desires. That's the dynamic in this dimension. However, in the 3rd dimension, the physical dimension, things take a while to manifest due to the inner nature of matter. The matter is dense and cannot break the laws of nature to make everything manifest instantly. So, that brings us to the next key. You have to hold on to the belief you have established long enough for your desire to manifest. What does this mean? It means that you must remain faithful to the identity and worldview you have created until your goal reveals itself. Whatever you want to be, start by adopting the identity of someone who already is that. Ask yourself how that person would act and hold on to that identity for long enough. An interesting phenomenon occurs when people start to experience this. They realize that their lives have ups and downs. They establish a belief, an identity, expecting their goal to come true, but the result doesn't appear immediately. Then their mood begins to decline along with the belief. Now, once your mood reaches its lowest point, suddenly its manifestation reveals itself. However, when it manifests, it begins to reflect your previous negative attitude with a certain delay. Then what manifests begins to deteriorate again because it is simply reflecting how you feel. In this way, a kind of wave emerges, a cycle that occurs in your life, and you can't escape it. You experience ups and downs, and there's no avoiding them. The key is to always remain loyal to the identity and worldview you have created, as this is the most effective way to promote significant changes in your life. Now, let's move on to the next key, which I find profoundly impactful and which I have practiced on a daily basis. What you need to understand is that the mirror of reality does not reflect the nature of your thoughts but their purified content. I'll explain what I mean shortly. Think about it: if you keep expressing dissatisfaction, but there's a content to your dissatisfaction, such as I hate my dead-end job, I hate my boss, I hate my partner, I hate the bills I have to pay, the mirror doesn't reflect the hate in itself but reflects the specific content of your hate. For example, I hate the bills. As a result, you get more bills. I hate my job, and more situations will arise to increase your dissatisfaction with work. This is exactly how it happens. The more you complain about what you don't have and what you don't want, this will continue to be reflected in your life, giving you more reasons to confirm your worldview and identity. This is the fundamental difference between a scarcity mentality and an abundance mentality. It's simply a question of seeing the glass as half full rather than half empty. The key to applying this in your life is simple: focus on what you want and what you already have. To make any change happen, you need to start focusing on what you already have right now. Everything you have, all the progress you've made, the beautiful family you have, the things you want in your life. Just stop and think, what do I want? What would make my life a real journey of discovery? How does that look? How does it feel? It can be a vague image as long as you're focused on what you want. And when you do that, when you continue to focus on what you want, the gap between your current life and your desired life begins to close because you start to push the boundaries of your comfort zone. So, that's key number 3. Now, let's move on to key number 4, last but not least, the mirror cycle. This will change everything forever, because if you learn to manipulate this mirror cycle for yourself, you will no longer be so uncertain about what you do. You will literally see reality changing before your eyes. It all starts with an observation. So, what's the backward attitude you had in the past? All the complaints, the bad things that happened in the past, or the unconscious choices that were made. That's the present moment. When you look at the present moment and are faced with bills to pay and a job you don't like, for example, you observe this and use it to form your image or attitude. When I say image, I mean the back to that pattern, simply because they can't make an internal change. But I want you to remember something very important: this is because there is no fundamental change happening in terms of worldview and identity. So, the way to do this is to reverse this process. For most people, they start by observing, then creating the image, and then the reflection. This is the standard cycle for puppets. But if you want to become a co-creator, a true creator of your reality, you need to reverse this cycle. I say this because I've been through it myself many years of my life. But when I really understood this cycle, everything changed. To break this cycle, we first start with the image we would like to form. We turn our backs on reflection, on looking at our current reality, because we begin to realize that what is around us now has only been formed from decisions made in the past. You need to realize this, or nothing will change. If I want a shape tomorrow, I consciously choose today. So, we start with the image. And when we choose the image and say, hey, this is what I want, and this is what I have, the mirror has no choice but to start reflecting it in small amounts, little by little. Even small changes will happen slowly, with delay. So, What do we do next? Instead of observing, we confirm. We take a look in the mirror to see what's working. And when we see the reflection, we think, oh, that's working, look, that happened. If you want more confidence, over time, you'll notice that people will start to welcome you better. If you want to improve some aspect of your work or business, you'll notice that things are getting better. Your whole world may be falling apart, but you only focus on the things you want to confirm, the things that correspond to that worldview and identity you've chosen to create. The idea is that you always keep doing it, and the more you keep doing it, it will turn into something beyond anything you've ever imagined. If you start using these principles, your life will change completely. Guys, this is real. This is something I applied, and it really worked. So, I'm passing it on to you. At the very beginning of my spiritual journey, I thought it was nonsense. But when I saw the results, it was insane. Things I wanted started to come to me, even beyond what I had imagined. As we dive into the depths of the mirror of reality, we discover an inner power that we often overlook. What we see around us is, in fact, an echo of our beliefs, identity, and worldview. But the secret of transformation is, instead of just observing reality, we must shape our destiny with the image of who we want to be and what we want to achieve. As we form this new image, the mirror of reality responds with small changes, slowly transforming itself. The mirror of reality knows no limits. It only responds to what we offer it. Just like the alchemist who turns lead into gold, we can transmute our lives by adopting a mindset of abundance, focusing on what we have and what we want. Ultimately, our journey through the mirror of reality is a search for the truth within ourselves and a celebration of our ability to create, to innovate, to transcend. I hope that this knowledge will be the flame that guides you through life's journey, helping you to create the reality of your dreams. Thank you for embarking on this journey with me. If this video resonated with you, I invite you to like and subscribe to our channel, share this video with others so they can benefit from this message, and don't forget to leave a comment below sharing your thoughts, reflections, and experiences. Thanks again for watching and for joining me. Take care and see you soon.